Thank you so much for watching Landumc Goes There. Please subscribe and hit the like button and the bell notification button. The Accused is a 1988 American legal drama film that was directed by Jonathan Kaplan, with a screenplay that was written by Tom Topar. Before I get started into the guts of the film, I want to let you know that I'm going to be kind of speaking in code. The reason for this is that I don't want this video to be flagged. And this happens very easily when YouTube's computers pick up certain words. So every time that you hear me discuss what happened in this film, I'm going to exclusively use the word assault instead of what really happened to this young lady. Although it was an assault, there's another word that's more commonly used, and it would immediately alert the computers to demonetize this video. The storyline for the film goes that out drinking one night after a fight with her boyfriend, Sarah, played by Jodie Foster, is brutally assaulted by three men in a bar while people watch and cheer them on. District Attorney Catherine Murphy, played by Kelly McGillis, takes the case. However, she allows a mild sentence. The very distraught Sarah decides to seek punishment for the men who witnessed and encouraged the assault. To get justice, she must take the stand and revisit the night of her attack in this drama that is based on true events. The original draft of the script mainly focused on the lawyer's story. However, this screenwriter wanted the victim to be just as prominent as the lawyer. The original script also featured a pool table, which was true to life for the real incident that this film is based on. But the producers were concerned about being sued, so they decided to change it to a pinball machine. Jodie Foster has acknowledged that Paramount executives initially refused to even let her audition for the movie. She says that she had spent 5 years in college, and the last time people saw her in a film, she was a chubby teenager. It was only after Kelly McGillis, who was then a hot commodity due to the enormous success of Top Gun from 1986, that Paramount would consider letting Foster play Sarah. The studio didn't believe that the movie had a chance to be good or do well at the box office unless it had one major star. It's rumored that at the time, Foster and McGillis were lovers, and it's said that she just pled her case to the executives to give her a chance and let her try out for the role. Jodie Foster really viewed the film as a last-ditch effort to give her acting career a much-needed boost. She had taken a sabbatical from Hollywood to attend Yale University, which was prolonged due to John Hinckley Jr.'s assassination attempt on President Ronald Reagan, which he carried out as a means to impress Foster, with whom he had been obsessed after seeing her movie Taxi Driver from 1976. After recovering from the media frenzy surrounding her following the incident, she had experienced a bit of a dry spell upon her return to acting. All of the subsequent films that she did had lukewarm responses, both by the critics and at the box office. She states that she was ready to retire from acting if this film had done the same. Ultimately, the movie was a critical and commercial success, and she was awarded the Academy Award for Best Actress for her performance, which revitalized her career as a critical and box office draw. Kelly McGillis was offered the role of Sarah, but she had personally survived a violent assault at knife point by two men who broke into her New York City apartment in 1982. And this made her decline that role in the film. Instead, she fought for the part of Catherine Murphy. In research for the film, she spent time with the actual New York City district attorney who prosecuted her assault case against those two men from 1982. How bizarre is that? By doing this, she learned there's a level of detachment because you just can't become emotionally invested in everything you do. Otherwise, you would be absolutely exhausted and desperately depressed. The gang assault scene was highly controversial at the time of the film's release. It was the longest, most graphic, and most realistic depiction of this type of assault in cinematic history. It took 5 days to rehearse and film, and was a difficult experience for all of the cast and crew that were involved in it. Numerous critics, including Gene Siskel and Leonard Maltin, complained about this scene at the end, even though the movie got a positive reaction overall. As a matter of fact, many actresses turned down the film because of this scene. They considered it too explicit and graphic. The argument could be made, though, that although the scene is unpleasant to watch, it is also very true. And it did happen to a New Bedford, Massachusetts girl in 1983. That was Cheryl Araujo. Her assault happened at a local bar with onlookers cheering on the assailants, as depicted in the movie. And maybe there's a value in showing the audience what really happened so they can understand the pain and humiliation that is caused by these type of assaults. Jodie Foster ended up having to console the male actors that were involved in shooting this assault scene with her because they themselves kept breaking down and crying during the scene. They even felt that it was traumatic faking this scene. She also explains that it was meticulously rehearsed beforehand so that there were no unpleasant surprises for anyone involved in the actual scene. And even after doing this, one of the male actors had to go vomit in disgust during the shooting. And Foster herself has admitted that she doesn't remember filming the scene at all, that she basically must have just blacked the entire memory of that out. The real lady that this happened to, Cheryl Araujo, died tragically in an automobile crash in Florida in 1986. That was 3 years after her assault had happened, and 2 years before the release of this movie. Take a look at this stunning and very shocking film. You'll definitely get emotional during it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll continue to chase the classics.